We all measure time in our own very way. The ticking of a second hand on a watch, hours spent with our kids, memorable moments with loved ones. But those serving in office, it's measured in days. The clock starts ticking the moment they are sworn into office. Kelly Swoop is here with more.
Well, Jamie, in many of those cases, the success of a term in office can be determined within the first 100 days. And for Harford County Executive Barry Glassman, those first 100 days come to a close today. We sat down with him to talk about what he's been able to do so far and what are some of the challenges to come.
I, Barry Glassman, do swear.
100 days ago, native son Barry Glassman took the oath of office, becoming the new Harford County executive. Less than 2 months later, he got the county to repeal its rain tax.
That was one of the first things that we talked about in Harford County, and of course Harford County has been polled. About 73% of the folks there opposed the rain tax. So we repealed that within the first month that we were in office, and we began to develop a strategy to meet our EPA goals. I think you still have to have a plan, you have to finance and meet the goals to clean the bay, and I think we all want to do that. We've found a way to reallocate some of our recordation taxes to create a special fund that we'll be able to move ahead with our stormwater remediation projects. So it's sort of a win-win.
Glassman says the thing that keeps him up at night is the budget, finding the money needed for things like raises for teachers and county workers.
One of the platforms that we ran on, that we were going to try to use efficiency through technology, reducing our workforce, and reinvesting those savings back into our pay plans. Our teachers, our county workers have not had increases in 5 to 6 years. So our whole goal is to reinvest in our human capital. And so one of the tough decisions I made early on was freezing our large capital projects, meaning new high schools, large new buildings. We're going to take a breather and reinvest in our county workers and our teachers to try to begin to turn around their pay plans. And it's going to be difficult. The economy is still very slow, but we're going to try to take some small steps to rebuild that pay plan and reimburse our teachers and our county workers.
With an eye on the present, the county executive also has an eye to the future, one that keeps his family in the same county they've called home since the early 1800s.
One of the things we've done early on, I think I want to kind of get the fiscal house in order. The budget is always, of all the things I do, I enjoy doing, the one thing that kind of keeps you up at night is worrying about making sure the budget stays balanced and we live within our means. And we've taken over a county where the surplus is really down to $2 or $3 million, and we're kind of walking a fine line, and I want to make sure that we kind of restore our fund balance and restore the fiscal strength of the county. And then, you know, having someone, I have a young son that just graduated from Towson University. Yeah, I think you always want to make sure that you leave the county stronger and you create a county where young people can live and work and raise a family. So, you know, on the legacy side, you always look at turning around the county where you can produce a better county for the next generation.
And to do that, says Glassman, you only have to pull out your phone.
We talked about technology, and I always like to relate it to smartphone technology. Local government's got to be smaller, lighter, and faster, just like your latest edition of your smartphone. And I think by doing that, we're going to be one of the strongest job creators and most competitive counties in the region. So I like to remind my friends in Baltimore County and Howard County and Baltimore City that Harford County has the ability to be one of the top competitive counties in the state, and hopefully at the end of my term, that's where we'll be positioned.
He says keep an eye out for Harford County. The county executive has been in public service for more than 2 decades. He started out as a county councilman representing northern Harford County, and after 8 years of doing that, he spent the next 16 in the State House in Annapolis, serving in both the House of Delegates and the Senate.